What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Jeff Keighley's tweet. Not technically just him, because there's obviously a lot of other people saying this, but he just tweeted out, have heard from multiple people, as you might suspect, there are a few other big video game deals in the final stages of negotiations. It's going to be an interesting year. Now, yesterday, after the whole Sony Bungie thing, one of the things that popped up was Jeff Grubb, right, alluding to I believe it says it takes two to tango. Now, he swears by, he swears that it wasn't Take-Two. He's not hinting at Take-Two, and other people have said the same thing, that was not a hint for Take-Two, but that there are other really big deals going on right now that'll be, solidified throughout the year. So, I don't want to spend too much time on it, mainly because I just don't want to say the same thing 2, 3, 4 times, in back-to-back videos. Not a fan. Not a fan. It seems like, well, here's the deal. Taking a slightly different approach from what I've said in other videos, this year is really, like, we've built up to this year, kind of, with Activision Blizzard and then obviously Bethesda, and we've had these really big purchases. We've had Tencent just come in and buy, 5 developers every single day. Like, we've had this stuff, it's been happening for the last little while. This is nothing massively new, but I really think it's almost like it's gearing us up for this year to be the domino thing. I mean, technically, you got Activision Blizzard. Now you have, Bungie gone. Now, I don't really know who expected Bungie to be bought, but obviously it is what it is. I mean, imagine a world at the end of this year where we don't have, Square Enix or I guess Andor, right? Square Enix, Sega, Konami. It's like take 3 to 5 off the board and say, they're no longer independent. Maybe is the wrong word, right? Because technically, when Sony's bought Bungie, when Microsoft's bought their things, one of the main talking points is they're going to remain independent. They're pretty much going to do their own thing, but they're going to be working with us. So I guess just not owned by themselves. They'll be owned by somebody else, right? It's an interesting world. I mean, the amount of middle tier, like the ones that are still left that are independent, there's so few and far in between, and this year I think it's just going to be a really, really big push to eliminate not all of them. I think over the next 3 to 5 years, all of them will be gone, but this year will be a really big one where we're going to take out, I think, a couple of the big dogs, as we have already. One thing I do want to just throw out there, and this is not like a slight on Jeff Keighley or really anybody in particular, but I'm sure there were people that called, and I just didn't see it, Bungie, Activision Blizzard. But what's funny is over the last year, we've heard a lot of rumors of these big companies being bought, and now they still can. Maybe they heard something mid negotiation, and so when Jeff Keighley talks about how they're at the end of the negotiation, maybe some of these things that people have floated out there are going to end up becoming true, right? At the same time, though, looking at it right now, these people kind of look like fools in a way. Now, again, not specific, people, but they don't look the greatest. And it's kind of fun because you have these people floating out like Sega and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, Microsoft just buys Activision Blizzard. Did anybody talk about that leading into it? Because I don't think they did. I never saw that as a possibility. I did see Sega. I saw some other ones as well. And again, I'm not saying those won't happen, but it is a fun kind of game in a way. I don't like them buying these companies. I don't like the consolidation, anything like that. But regardless of all that stuff, it is somewhat a fun game when you have people talking about this stuff in one corner, and all of a sudden they buy a behemoth in the other corner that nobody was even talking about. So, you can learn some lessons from that. You could say, well, don't trust certain people, or maybe, again, they got their wires crossed, or maybe those things are going to happen and it's just, they got the order wrong, right? You could definitely make the argument for any of those, but it's just kind of funny how that stuff plays out. So we'll see what happens next. Like I said, I really think my prediction would be Sony. The big purchase would probably be Square Enix. I think Square Enix will be bought by Sony. And I'm not saying these are good things. I'm saying this is what I just think is going to happen. I think Square Enix would be bought. Konami, I don't know why you just... Konami is the one that I think you just should, or at least sell your franchises. So sell your IPs, sell Metal Gear, sell Silent Hill, have Microsoft take some, have Sony take some, and then call it good, right? But I could see that. Sega, I don't think will be around, much longer. And who knows, maybe we could see a big one of the EA. Now, Square Enix is relatively close to them in money, but EA, Ubisoft, things I could imagine one of those probably goes within this year. That's definitely possible. I mean, again, we've talked about the money on hand. Sony is obviously, I think, going to still do one big one for better or worse, right? Whatever you think about that. And I've talked about that. And then Microsoft, I mean, they can just go and buy all of them if they want. They could just do like a nice little grocery trip and just, scoop them all up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you guys on tomorrow's video.